Obviously, incredibly proud of this group. I thought that they were challenged really hard after our Houston loss, and they stepped up to the challenge in every which way. We questioned and talked to them about defense and rebounding and offensive efficiency, and I thought that the response to that was tremendous. Having 9 people who scored and it being a complete team effort offensively and then playing together as a unit defensively. Those are all the things that we talked about doing. And even though it is phenomenal that we out-rebounded them by 17, that is the expectation. And that's where we are. We have expectations, we have standards, and we're not moving them, changing them, or lowering them. And it's interesting that when you do that, talented players who are taking advantage of the opportunity to play here and be here, they just step up. And so they earned this win today, and I'm incredibly proud of them.
Coach, you jump out to a 16-4 lead. What was working for you guys early to allow that momentum to build early in this contest?
Defense. We were so aggressive defensively and confident defensively that was turning into some easy buckets on the other end. And I think this the pace. Sometimes I've been too conservative when people have pressed us. And so what you saw against Houston was me trying to convince them, get the ball up the floor, So we didn't connect on some of those passes. And, I have to sit with that because arguably maybe if we didn't turn the ball over doing that, maybe we had a half-court possession, maybe we would have scored and it would have changed the game. But nonetheless, I still think it's the best thing for this team to do. And what they were able to practice and then turn over into the game was looking up the floor, advancing the ball, playing hard, fast, really utilizing their length and athleticism. And this was the result of that.
So you went to it was like a high 1-2-2 or a high 3-2 zone there. Did you see something on tape coming into this one that would allow the length and the physicality to play to your guys' advantage for that one?
I think we're just turning the corner. It's literally the same thing that we've always done. But I do think that having some continuity in our lineups, having everybody in practice, again, challenging them to play as hard as they can, not worrying about if they get tired because the team is so deep, we can always sub you out for a couple of minutes. And like I told them in the huddle, this was the first game that they played together and believed in each other on both ends of the floor. And so the same things that we've been doing all season just looked a lot different today.
Jillian, speaking of your performance, 18 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals. The defensive end was working for you guys early. Did you see something on tape that would allow you to have that kind of performance on the defensive aspect?
We were just really trying to lock in on defense and have each other's back and talk. We worked on it in practice all week, and, I'm just proud about how we were able to do it in practice and translate it onto the court.
And you guys talked about the rebounding aspect. You look down, you see 24-13 on the offensive rebounding. Just talk about what you guys are seeing that kind of number after this performance.
Yeah, well, Jill's one of the people who was really challenged. And I think that when you're the leading scorer, best player, the 4 years that you've been here, you can get in a space where you get complacent unintentionally. And it's not because Jill doesn't work her tail off, because she does. But I think that I was doing her an injustice by not challenging her to take her game to another level instead of saying, hey, you're really good and you do things that no one else on this team can do. So let's just be happy with what Jill is doing instead of challenging and pushing her. And the way that she practiced the last couple of days, especially yesterday, is exactly why she had 18 and 12. And that wasn't anybody but her stepping up and responding. And I believe that when she did that, the team followed. So when you start to see everyone's rebounding effort increase, well, now you've got some positive things that are just falling down from the top all the way down to our freshmen. So I want to give Jill a lot of credit for what we did rebounding-wise, not just because she had the most, but the tenacity that she brought to practice that I think translated to everyone else and then to the game today.
And then Jillian, obviously heading to the fourth quarter, this is a 50-49 game. You guys outscore them 24-7 in the fourth quarter. What was the message there heading into the fourth quarter to seal this game and get you guys this win?
I think we weren't going to come off that court without that W at the end of the day, and we were all locked into each other, locked into the coaches, and we all decided going into the fourth that we were going to win this game.
And then final question for you guys, obviously a Bearcat legend here in the building tonight, and Cheryl Cook, just your thoughts on having her back for this performance.
She's from Indianapolis. where I grew up and played at Washington High School. And I've known about the Cookie Monster way before I even knew anything about University of Cincinnati. To have her in the building, we simply said we just had GOAT energy in the building today. And I know she talked to the team briefly. Those things matter when you have people who wore this jersey with pride, people who were arguably the greatest player to ever play in our program. To have her present, I think that the energy that she brings to them is something that carries over too. And I don't know. When people come back, it's just a proud moment for us because it means that they believe in what we're doing. They believe in this current team. They don't come back to see me. They come back to see this team and these players and how hard they work. And I know every single person, including her, left here very happy that they showed up today and witnessed this win.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.